I am here to express my solidarity with you and also to tell you that the work you are doing is a great work. We African youth are here to magnify the great work that you have launched, this revolution that you have undertaken. We are here to help you. We, as the youth of Africa, are here not only to magnify your bravo, but we are here to be inspired by this bravo. Excellency, Mr. President, it must be said that we have a request. We see that there are still inequalities in Africa, and we, this youth, we are fighting to reduce these inequalities. The youth also faces employment problems, and it is in this direction that we are working. Excellency, thank you very much for the great work that you have done. We are very proud of it.
The assembly of all the countries of Africa here was a dream. The African youth who can meet, talk to each other, and talk about prospects for the future of our continent. I am really very happy to see you, and I can tell you that I love this youth who has understood, who's waking up. Our mission is certainly difficult, but thanks to you, the mission is becoming easier and easier. We need to talk to each other to become aware, so that everyone can awaken the awareness of those who are still sleeping. We have a challenge, and I think that this challenge begins in education first. Many of you are leaders, entrepreneurs, opinion leaders in your country. You must get the message across, especially to the youngest, and that our educational systems change to take into account our real data and educate children to become better citizens of tomorrow. Make sure that the youngest and the old who did not understand, that people can understand the meaning of the fight, that we must lead so that Africa can truly end. We have been deculturated. They came to impose on us a culture that is not ours. And I think that today, in all walks of life in Africa, we are gradually returning to our roots. Culture in Africa is peace. It is tolerance. It is in Africa that we talk about the tree of Palade, where people meet to talk and communicate. They introduced war in Africa so that we could never again sit down, discuss, talk, think about the prospects for the future. But today, here is this day. All the African youth are meeting in Ouagadougou. For hours, you will be able to exchange and plan something for the future. From this moment on, each of you is an ambassador to convey the message of the revolution so that the youth get to work, unite, and take their destiny in hand. There is no problem without a solution, as long as we can sit down and talk. But there are also situations where we are forced to fight to bring back dignity and integrity. This is the fight that the Sahelian is waging today, that is imposed on us. We thank you all for your constant support for our countries in this fight. You spoke about the growing inequalities in Africa between the rich and the poor. I completely agree, and we are fighting that too. The richest are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer. This is unacceptable, because it is a system that was created in most of our states, so that the richest are the ones who carry the leaders in favor of these imperialists, and the poor always remain poor. And this is what I call Hitlerian politics. We must all unite so that these inequalities cease, because in this union, personal interest should not prevail. We should first see the collective interest, and it is possible. Here in Burkina, we have precisely faced many problems in this fight, but we are going to lead it. The richest who have enough. The billionaires, first of all, most of the time, have their fortune in imperialist banks, but have no concern for helping the poorest. We launched the Patriotic Support Fund, where the poorest Burkina contribute. We would have liked to see our billionaires come and contribute billions to save our country. But that is not what is happening. And when we do not embark on the same logic of giving them all the state markets, they fight us. Last year, when I spoke with you, I said that I had seen bankers to be able to put a mechanism in place with the state to finance young people. But until today, I have seen nothing. We have been forced to a moment given to set up very quickly a treasury bank to find a mechanism to support young people in their businesses. It is not competition with the private sector, but we must manage to combat inequalities. As long as inequalities are not combated, injustice reigns, poverty reigns, and insecurity will reign. Why do you have to communicate? Because they are the ones who hold the power of money. They will always try to manipulate young people so that we disappear. And today, in Africa, young people are starting to fight against corruption and certain deviations from good governance in their country, and we support them. You must lead us, the leaders, to do the impossible for you. And we will be forced to find the necessary solutions. Otherwise, we will tell you that we are limited to such and such a place. And I hope that we can understand each other. So we have a common mission. Your mission is to lead us to be better, so that the continent is better. And our mission is to do everything possible to exploit the full potential of our countries, so that young people can flourish. I therefore invite you to continue to reflect on this subject, to make the right proposals so that together we can save our continent, Africa. And I know I can count on you to lead the same debates and the same reflections. And to conclude, I would say to you, you have to believe in yourselves. It starts there. Believe in yourselves. Believe in young people. Poverty is what we have been made to understand, but the reality is that we are rich. Let us ensure that our wealth belongs to everyone and that these young people can flourish, that we have the security that we want and development. We can and we will win the fight. Good luck to all and good reflection. So I wish you all a safe return to your country, and that the message that I gave you as ambassador can continue to be perpetuated in your respective states. Thank you very much.